Be strong.
Hey everyone, welcome to Contortion Backbend Day. Today as we move forward, I think we're going to focus on the upper body a lot, really trying to open into the shoulders and the rib cage. So just making sure that everything we do, we're growing the tall from our head and down into our spine, thinking about being pulled in two separate directions. We're going to start with just the shoulders, starting to warm them up one at a time. We're going to roll them all the way forward like a breaststroke. Take one shoulder forwards. Inhale, round it all the way up to the ears and bring it all the way back. Good. Opposite shoulder comes forward, up to the ear and drive it back. Nice. Round it forwards. Inhale at the top. Exhale, dropping it back. As you're kind of moving through this, are you able to think about keeping your hips nice and square and hollowing out into your chest as your shoulder comes forward? Good. Last one, back and forth. Taking it the opposite direction. So now we're rotating backwards and coming forwards. Backwards and coming forwards. Thinking about making full circles all the way up to the ears and all the way down. Let your rib cage move a little bit at the top. Perfect. All right, coming back into center. We're going to use our arms. Take your arms straight out to the side of you. Flex into the hands. Keep a nice micro bend into your knees so you're nice and soft. Think about separating into the shoulder and pushing those arms away. Good. Inhaling, lifting up nice and tall, arch into your back. Exhale, bend into the knees, round into the chest, and slowly move your hands in front of you, eventually connecting the biceps to the ears. Keep the fingers nice and flexed. Good. Inhaling, lifting up nice and tall. Hips tuck under, open tall through the shoulders. Exhale, bend into the knees, round into the chest, and push it all the way forwards. Good. Inhaling, standing all the way up. Nice and tall. Keep those arms nice and straight. Exhale, bend the knees, round to the chest, connect the biceps to the ears. Two more. Inhale, all the way up, lifting up nice and tall. Exhaling, bend the knees, round to the chest, and push it all the way forward. Last one, coming all the way up. Inhaling at the top. Open up nice and tall through the chest, flex through the hands. Exhale, bend the knees, round into the chest, and push it forward. Good, standing all the way back up, coming still into those shoulders. Take one hand out, take the other hand out. Flexing into the hands, try to keep your chest up nice and tall the whole time. Inhaling, roll one shoulder forwards and one shoulder backwards. Fingers are facing the ground. Try to keep your chest up nice and tall. Inhale all the way back through center. Exhale. Opposite shoulder comes forward, opposite hand pulls backwards. Good. Inhaling back through center, up nice and tall. Exhale, shoulder rolls forward, squeeze. Good. Inhaling all the way back up through center. Keep a nice micro bend into the knees, making sure that your foundation is nice. Inhale, coming back through center. Last one, back and forth. Exhale. Inhale, back through center, last side. And exhale it out. Good. Relax those guys down. Coming back into our arch with a nice T position, thinking about keeping your chest nice and open, arms as straight as possible, and flexing through the hands. Let's go for it. Take your feet hip width apart. Inhale, arms up. Open up nice and tall through your chest. Try to touch your hands behind you. Think about your rib cage lifting up, head growing. Exhale, round into the chest, round into your back, hollowing out in that position. Biceps start to connect to the ears. Flexing the hands, push away. Inhale, standing all the way back up, lifting up nice and tall. Open through the hands, open through the chest. Exhale, bending the knees, round into the upper body, push it away. Good. Inhaling all the way up. Two more. Lifting up nice and tall, open tall through that chest. Exhale, bending into the knees and rounding in, push away. Last one, all the way in. Inhale, lifting up nice and tall, keeping the hands nice and flexed. Exhale, bend into the knees, round into the chest, and push it away. Good. Relaxing those down. Coming back into our shoulders. Taking both hands up. Inhale, lifting up nice and tall. One shoulder rolls forwards, one shoulder rolls backwards. Exhale, both fingers are placed into the ground. Good. Inhaling, come back through center. Exhale, opposite shoulder rolls forward, opposite shoulder rolls backwards. Try to keep that chest up nice and tall. Inhale, all the way back through center. Exhale, twist. Keep pushing in your range of motion. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, twist. Good. Last one, back and forth. Inhaling, all the way back through center. Exhale, shoulder rolls forwards. Both fingers are to the ground. Last one side, all the way in. Exhale, driving it down. Good. Come on back down. Take a quick shake out. You might think it's funny, but shaking out's the way to go. Move your hands around. Inside of this, we're going to start working on our thoracic spine. Watching me first. My knees are nice and micro bent. From here, I want to think about lifting tall through my chest. So this is growing, rib cage is pushing forward, tailbone is out. I don't want to squish my lower back. That's not what my intention is. I want to think about growing tall, lifting from the rib cage, and then arching. At the same time, the tailbone comes up, and I have a way wider C in my back rather than starting and crunching completely. So lifting up, over, around, and coming all the way back through neutral. When you're coming back through neutral, the lower abdomen pulls under hard to realign your spine. Let's go for it. Good. Lifting up nice and tall. Both hands come up above your head. Inhale. Exhale, bend into the knees, lift tall from the head, lift the tailbone up, rib cage opens, and slowly start to squeeze those elbows down into your side. Drop the chin back. Good. Slowly start to straighten the legs, arms come back above your head, lower ab tucks under, vertebrae by vertebrae, nice in alignment. Inhale at the top. Exhale, tailbone comes out, micro bend into the knees, ribs are nice and flailed. Exhale, slowly start to squeeze those elbows down and back, slowly drop your chin back and down. Good. Tuck everything back under, lifting up nice and tall. Reach up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, tailbone comes out, rib cage lifts, elbows start to drop down. Drop your chin back. 2 more. Inhaling all the way back through center. Tuck it under. Lift up nice and tall. Exhaling, tailbone comes out, rib cage lifts, and squeeze. Good. All the way in, last side. Exhale, tailbone comes out, and squeeze it all the way down. Good. Coming back into alignment and relaxing it out. Rounding the other direction. Oh, take your back. Hollow it out, bend into your knees, literally just look like a crazy person, crazy zombie person. Hunch back, and slowly roll it all the way back up. All right, we did our arch section, now we're going in for our hollowed section. Inside our next couple, we're gonna go spine segmentation, and I wanna think about moving my hips around as well. So we're taking from upper body down into lower body. It's gonna take over top of the hip. So it's starting inhale, lifting up nice and tall, exhale, shoving everything down into the center of myself. I wanna think about connecting the back of my hands and rounding into my shoulders. Hips are forward as much as possible. Try not to hinge because we're trying to avoid the hamstrings. Take it all the way down the side. From here, I want to actively pull myself down. What I'm doing with my arms is bending into the arms, grabbing on the inner sides of my thighs, and thinking about that push into the rib cage as well as the pull down with my arms. Once I've reached my base range of motion, hands are on the ground, moving hips side to side and slowly coming all the way back up, rounding to a standing position. Let's go for it. Ready? It's a big one. Inhaling, lifting up nice and tall. Reach up to the ceiling as much as possible. Exhale, backs of the hands come together. Hips are forward, rounding into the upper body. Slowly connect the hands to the insides of your legs. Bend into the elbows, give it a good pull while pretending someone's poking you in the chest to lifting up nice and tall. Walking your hands all the way down to the ground, 1 vertebrae at a time. Take 2 hands, connect to the ground. Good, moving hips side to side. Remember, this is still your warm-up. So keeping some live muscles, keep everything active, and start moving around into your hips, coming back through neutral. Bend into your knees, and we're slowly spine segmentating all the way back up. Head is the very last thing to come all the way back up. Good. Inhaling at the top, lifting up nice and tall. Reach. Exhale, 2 hands come together, backs of the hands come together, hips come forward, bring yourself down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Take your hands, grab the insides of your thighs, bend into the elbows, moving your hips side to side, and perhaps walking those hands down actively to the ground. Once you've reached the ground, moving your hips over to one side, over to the other side. Same thing, this is the warm-up, so try to be active in it, see what feels good. Coming back through neutral, bend into the knees, slowly rolling 1 vertebrae up at a time. Head is the very last thing to come up. Good, last one, all the way up and all the way down. Reach up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, backs of the hands come together, rounding into the chest or forward. Hands connect to the insides of the thighs. Elbows are pulling down when your back is arched. Slowly walking your hands all the way down to the ground. Moving your hips side to side, over to one side, and over the other side. What does it feel nice doing? Moving back, moving forward. Play inside your body. Coming all the way back through neutral, bend into the knees, starting to roll vertebrae by vertebrae on the way up. Head is the very last thing to come all the way up. Awesome. All right, we're going into my new favorite move of this entire series, turning into your hips. Now, inside of this, what I'm trying to think about is lifting my heel off in the back, but then I'm going to take my arms and literally do nothing with them. Inside of this, you're going to have a nice twist. Take your chin over top of your shoulder and get into it. Let's go. Take your hips over to one side, come onto that back heel. Hips on the other side. Try to think about closing into those hips, and then when you're ready, letting those arms be somewhat floppy back and forth. Take a look over top of the shoulder. Last one, back and forth. Good. All right, relaxing that down. We're going to move on into our thoracic twist. Watch me first. So we're going to create this into our series. We're trying to think about using our upper area, our upper T-spine, to start moving, because we don't typically move this way or this way with it. We're focusing on here. Inside of this, I'm going to come to a lunge position. It doesn't matter what your lunge position looks like. Make sure it's comfortable from the ground, and that is actually hip width apart and not walking on a tightrope. From here, I'm going to take one hand over, other hand over, and I'm going to lift my chest up. My job is to inhale, keep my face facing forward, exhale, twisting over to one side. Now, here's the deal. The extra exhale inside of this is where your range of motion is going to grow. Inhale the top, exhale a second time to get there. Okay, come along for the ride. Come into a lunge. 1 foot forward, 1 foot backward. Make it comfy. Good. One hand on the shoulder, other hand on the shoulder. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, twisting over to one side. Keep your chin facing forward. Inhale, come back through neutral. Exhale over. And exhale a second time. Good. Inhaling, back through neutral. Exhale. Twist. Good. Inhale, back through neutral. Exhale, twist. Keep the chin facing forward. Last one. Inhale, back through neutral. Exhale, twist. Last side. Inhale, back through neutral. Exhale, twist. Good. Coming all the way back up. Change your hands. So opposite hand comes on top. Change your feet. Opposite foot in front. Good. Hips are facing forward. Elbows are up nice and tall. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist over to one side. Keep your chin facing forward. Inhale, back through neutral. Exhale, over the other side. Exhale again for that extra push. Inhale, back through neutral. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back through neutral. Exhale, twist. Good. Last one, back and forth. Inhale, exhale, twist. Good. Last side. Inhale, exhale, twist. Nice. All right, relax that down. Coming back into our hips. Twist into the hip, lift the heel off. Let the arms relax. Take your chin and even look over top of that shoulder. Are you able to bend at your elbow joints, letting your hands just kind of go dead? Last one, back and forth. Good. Coming back to this neutral position. All right, going in for just the rib cage. We want to think about lifting up nice and tall and twisting into everything. Take your hands, and we're going to try and connect them to your rib cage as much as possible. How high can you lift them on your body? Come along for the ride. Good. From here, elbows squeeze in the back, so pulling those elbows back and down. Take your feet about hip width apart. Inhale, lifting up nice and tall. Exhaling, your whole upper body is twisting and looking behind you, and you're going to take your head with it. So do a shoulder check and look over top of the shoulder. Good. Inhaling, coming back through neutral. Exhale, other side. Good. Inhaling, coming back through neutral. Making sure your legs are square the whole time. Exhale, twist. Good. Inhale, back through neutral. Exhale, twist. Good. Last one, back and forth. Inhale, exhale, twist. Last side. Inhale, exhale, twist. Good. All right, relax that down.
Be strong.